everybody. Welcome to Monday Morning Muscles. My name is Merlin Rothfield. Here are several things to pay attention to for the second full trading week of 2024. Now, we had nothing on the calendar last week for earnings because, let's be honest, there was nothing going on. And this week is like a California earthquake. There's nothing going on, then all of a sudden, boom, it just hits you with an abundance of information and releases. So let's start things off with our earnings calendar. As you can see on the screen here, there are very few. There's only 60 companies reporting this week. We start things off with Helen of Troy on Monday. On Tuesday, you have Tilray and Acuity Brands. On Wednesday, you've got KB Homes, home builders, certainly in the public interest and eye right now with interest rates. Then on Thursday, you have Taiwan Semiconductor and Infosys. Remember, Taiwan Semiconductor, the largest semiconductor company in the world. Very important to see their numbers. And on Friday, drum roll please, the official kickoff to earnings season has begun. Bank of America, JP Morgan, Citibank, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, United Health Group, and Delta Airlines. A very busy Friday. Now, most likely on Wednesday and Thursday, it will be kind of quiet markets, maybe a little bit lower volume than normal because people are waiting for this deluge of financial firms to report. Now, when these companies report, we can get a better sense, maybe a clear understanding of how interest rates, how inflation, how consumer spending is impacting these financial firms. So it will be an exciting one to kick off our earnings season. Now, we know that inflation is obviously one of the biggest topics right now in our financial markets, and we do have two pieces of inflationary data being reported this week. We kick things off on Thursday with our consumer price index numbers, and you can see it certainly looks lower on the hard right edge of your chart. The most recent reading was at 0.1. And expectations are on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time that we are going to come out right where this little red line is right here at 0.2. So a slight tick up that most likely has to do with the significant increase we've seen in energy prices over the past, well, let's call it 2 to 3 weeks. Now, moving on to our producer price index, that's going to be on Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can see that they've been down below zero quite a few times over the past 6 to 8 months. Well, all of a sudden, we're going to see that expected to tick back up to 0.1%. So a slight pop up in your PPI and consumer price index numbers. Now, of course, a slight tick up isn't that big of a deal. What we are concerned with is if we see a significant pop, either up or down, that'll create a lot more volatility in our market. So those are your major drivers for the market this week. Is going to be financial earnings on Friday, as well as consumer price index and PPI numbers. Now, here's something we don't talk about too often. I know, I'm not even going to turn off this video right now because Merlin's talking about cryptocurrency. Ooh, boo, hiss. Well, listen, it's going to be a part of our society going forward one way or another, whether you like it or not. Some people hated the car when it came out. Well, it's a part of our society now. Suck it up, buttercup. We now have cars. So, with regards to cryptocurrency, as you can see by the graphic here, Bitcoin, obviously one of the most important ones out there. The SEC has already said that it's a commodity. Therefore, you're seeing a lot of action to become the first company to have a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States. Now, what's funny about this is there's already spot Bitcoin ETFs in other countries around the world. We're the laggard, which is surprising. We're the financial juggernaut of the world, yet we're late to the party. Thank you, Gary Gensler, for delaying America's status as the leader with regards to cryptocurrency and digital assets and financial markets. So why am I going through this whole pomp and circumstance? Well, if you look at this table right here, you'll notice that these are the current firms that are applying or have applications in for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, what's notable, you notice the top one there says ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF. They already have their ticker symbol. It's ARKB. Now, you'll notice on the very hard red edge of this, it says final deadline, January 10th of 2024. What this means is we are now going to see more pressure by markets on the SEC because this is the final deadline where they can say yay or nay. And there's been a lot of talk that this may actually go through on January 10th. Now, of course, if that does happen, which way is Bitcoin going to go? Many people already feel it's priced into Bitcoin. We could see big volatile swings in it. My guess is you'll probably see a surge up and then a market sell-off, which would create a buying opportunity for anybody who is a long-term investor in Bitcoin. But wait, there's more to this than just that. To me, it's not just that ARK has their deadline. If you notice, next week after ours, there's a slew of companies that now have a deadline. You have BlackRock with their iShares Bitcoin Trust. You've got Bitwise, VanEck, WisdomTree, Investco, Wise Origin, and Valkyrie, which, by the way, has the best ticker symbol out there, BRRR, brrr, like the Fed's printing press with Valkyrie Bitcoin Fund. Anyway, you have 7 different companies that are expected to get some sort of statement from the SEC regarding their spot Bitcoin ETF, and there's a tremendous amount of speculation right now swirling around, will we finally get that spot Bitcoin ETF and put this legacy chapter of just inefficiency of our regulators, let's put that in the past and move forward. A lot of people expecting that one to happen. So those are your major pieces for the upcoming trading week. You've got a lot of important earnings, you've got some inflation data, and a lot of cryptocurrency to think about. My friends, that is your Monday Morning Must Knows. We'll see you next week.